feel this. How the hell am I supposed to study for my exams? If yes, I want you to stay tuned as this video is for you. In this video, I am going to share you 8 simple hacks to ace competitive exam. Have you ever thought everyone studies but why not everyone ace competitive exam? This is because even though studying is important, but studying with right strategy is more important. Today, I am going to walk you through my strategies which I used during my NEET preparation. Put into the practice, you will see the benefits. As everyone knows, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So the first hack is to create a study plan. As when kids go to study, they don't have a clue where to begin and waste time procrastinating. Creating a study plan will help students use their time wisely. There are 3 things to do. First thing is to make a to-do list. Every night before going off to sleep, make a to-do list. In this list, mention every task that you plan to do that day. Also allot enough time to the smallest of all the things. Make sure you have enough time to relax as well as for physical activities. The next thing is to make a timetable. This is basically time of study. Think about what time do you study and how long do you study. Let's just say this could be, let's say you said that you will study in the morning 5 am to 6 am. You schedule it in the calendar. Make sure you schedule it because the things get scheduled, the things get done, and the way goals lead to way goals. This is what Robin Sharma say, and it is very true. Make a timetable by experimenting on your daily basis such that it should works for you and it should make sure that your study output is maximum. If you are not able to follow this timetable, set for yourself. What can you try doing is set smart goals for yourself. The most important thing which I follow the most is to set smart goals for myself. Set goals intelligently with a smart approach. Learn how small steps forward can lead to a long-term success. I'll be giving you a random example for each terms of smart so that with good and bad so that you can understand it much better. Let's get started. Yes, in the SMART stand for specific. Ask yourself a question: what I want to accomplish. Good goals are clear, precise, and well defined. If your goals are too broad or too fuzzy, they will be hard to achieve it. The bad example is to be a better student. Good example is to focus on core programs to be or better in each one so that I can boost my CGPA. M in the SMART stand for measurable. Ask yourself a question: how will I know when it is accomplished? Lets you track your progress over time instead of simply hoping for the best. If you don't put a hard number to your goal, it's easy to tell yourself that you have made it without putting into the effort it really takes to achieve it. The bad example is to be a runner this year. Good example is to run 100 miles by the end of the year. A in the SMART stand for attainable or achievable. Ask yourself a question: how can the goal be accomplished? As you set goals for yourself, make sure that they are not too far off to reach out. Your goals should stretch your abilities and make you feel the effort that you are really putting into it. But they shouldn't be so outlandish that there is no chance of seeing them come true. The bad example is to start and complete a bachelor's degree in 12 months. The good example is to attend at least 2 professional development seminars each quarter based on availability and schedule. R in the SMART stand for realistic or relevant. Ask yourself a question: does this seem worthwhile? This element of goal setting focuses on making sure that your each individual goal plans will help your overall plans. The goal you wish to achieve in your to-do list should be realistic and feasible to complete within the allotted time. Unrealistic expectations with limited time will only mess up your schedule and disappoint you, whereas achieving your realistic goals will always keep you motivating. The bad example is to complete the whole syllabus of class 11th and class 12th in just the span of 2 hours. The good example is to complete 1 chapter of mathematics of class 12 in 2 hours. Next, T in the SMART stand for time bound. Ask yourself a question: when can the goal be accomplished? This is the last element of the goal setting. Give yourself a set time frame. This can always be changed as your goals can evolve, but deadlines are an important motivator. The bad example is to read every book on your shelf. The good example is to read 3 books every month per year. You implement this and set SMART goal for your studies. You will surely get the results. As SMART goals provide clarity and focus to get most of your efforts. Remember, in the long term, if you are able to follow this SMART approach set for yourself, that will be more than half the game won. The next hack we are talking about is strategizing your time. I'm going to break down break down this strategizing down into 3 key points. First session of the 3 sessions is actually about understanding your chapter or a particular concept. You read one reading of your textbook to just understand, okay, what's in this particular chapter or particular concept. You can completely skip this first session if you pay attention in your tuition classes or classrooms. Let your teacher carry out this first session for you. Let him or her give you an idea of the whole chapter or a particular concept. Second session is very crucial to you. Most of your time and effort goes into this. It's this particular second session. It's actually about learning your chapter, the kind of question asked in your exam. You got to learn in this. You also got to learn how and where to apply the concepts correctly by solving many multiple choice question. This is where actually you got to mug up, wrote and learn some formulas. Make sure you treat this second session as the last time you ever reading your textbook or notes. Pretend as if after the second session you are never gonna get to read your textbook or notes. You are gonna go and give exam. Third session is just a polish. Third session is just a revision session. After you are done with the first and second session of the learning, third is just a polish and recall your subject. This is the way human mind remembers certain concepts, certain formulas. Every time you try remembering and answer, your brain forms a neural pattern. When you ask a particular question of applying particular concept, your brain recalls that neural pattern. The number of times that you review all that information, that's how the strong the neural pattern gets. The next hack we are talking about is distraction. These aren't evil elements, but they are just not meant to be there when you are studying. Remember, getting good grade isn't who works for longest number of hours, but who gives them maximum efficiency in that little time that they are spending while studying. Someone who studies with full concentration for 6 hours can perform better than someone who studies for 9 hours in total. Remove all the distraction that you have in front of you, asking you to waste your time, asking your attention. You need to first of all limit your social media usage. Spend as little time as possible on social media platforms. You can actually grayscale your whole display, so that when you look on it, everything will be a lot more less attractive to you, which leads to spending you less time as possible. So do try it out. I hope this works for you also. The next hack we are talking about is physical factors. When we are talking about physical factors, there are primarily 3 things. First we are going to talk about is diet. If you are in the middle of your exam, don't follow any keto diet or any weight loss diet. Really don't follow too many diet protocols. What you need to follow is the rule of not having heavy food, as heavy food slows down your metabolism. If your metabolism slows down, your body slows down. If your body slows down, your mind works slowly. During exam, you need your mind to be working at fast lightning speed. In order to increase this speed, we're going to talk about factor number 2, that's sleep. If you want to work at maximum efficiency, you got to get about 6 to 7 hours of good sleep in a day. If you are someone who gets up early in the morning for studying, that's okay, but make up for that in the rest of the day. One of the protocol I always followed is I used to get up early in the morning, study till 6 a.m. and at 6 a.m. I used to make sure that I take some kind of power nap, some kind of just like 1 hour break completely from the waking world. Just that 1 hour break over time of switching up 15 minutes power nap can reboot your brain, restart your brain, and you will get a lot more energy to get through the rest of the day. Finally, we got to talk about factor number 3 that not too many speak about is meditation. It's not for babajis, it's not for old people, it's primarily for teenagers and young adult like yourself. Meditation improves your brain processing power. It also improves your memorizing capability. Above it all, increases your focus, so that in your study period you are only with your books, you are no elsewhere, you are not thinking about other people, you are not thinking about other human beings or the problems you have. It's just you and your books, which is very difficult to do for the most of the people. So just for the sake of your work, to get ahead in terms of grades, one of the secret hack is regular meditation. When you start your day with 20 minutes of meditation, or even if you start with 5 to 10 minutes, that's okay. That's enough. Alright, the next hack we are going to talk about is consistency. Cracking competitive exams is all about consistency and dedication. It's not a sprint, rather a 2 year long marathon. This is similar to the story of the rabbit and the tortoise. Rabbit may run at the first, but eventually it get tired or distracted, whereas tortoise will always continue at slow and steady pace and finally emerge as a victorious. This is the essence of JEE or NEET Prim. Someone who works consistently is already leagues ahead of his competition and is at a huge advantage to begin with. That is why it's more effective to study 6 to 7 hours every day rather than to study 15 to 20 hours once or twice a week. Quote here: if you work hard consistently, I don't think anything can stop you from doing anything, because it's not something extraordinary you need to do, but you need to do ordinary consistently to achieve something extraordinary. Alright, the next hack we are going to talk about is attempt mock tests. Mock tests are very important. It is less like a trial exams taken before the final exam. It is just like a trailer of a movie before watching a final movie. It helps us to assess our own preparation. As it is said, practice makes man perfect. So this is a way in which leads to a student to a perfection. Mock tests are arranged for students to give the feel of real exam. For most of the students who are about to take this major exam for the first time in their lives, mock tests provide a trial run. Being placed in the same situation and feeling the same amount of pressure will inculcate before the actual exam will inculcate self-analytical capacity and confidence in the student. In fact, mock test helps in reducing pre-exam nervousness, as the candidate has already appeared for the version of the exam on the day before. On the day of exam, he or she will be more relaxed. For competitive exam, revision is the key to remember all that you have studied. Multiple attempt of mock test help students to revise the entire syllabus in the simulated setting of the real exam. So this is a way that students remember everything that they have learned and perform well in actual exams. Mock tests make students familiar with the style and scope of the question paper. Managing to finish the exam on time is really challenging. Mock test help students in time management, which in itself is a half the work done. The candidate is given a chance to work on this and turn it into one of their strengths. After taking several mock tests, the student is in a position to work on his weaknesses and chalk out a plan to overcome them. So you need to make sure that before the 2 months of the final exam, you try solving at least one full syllabus mock test. Even though if your syllabus is not completed, if your syllabus is completed, it's well and good. After every mock test you give, try to analyze it. If you don't analyze, it's just a waste of time. So do try to analyze and revise the concepts in which you made the mistakes, and write down it in your mistake copy, so that you can take a glance of this on the day of exam, so that you won't repeat the same mistake in the exam. Alright, thing we are going to talk about is learn to saying no. If you want to have focus, you have to practice the art of saying no. Let's just say that you have your friends and they want to go out for a party and they are asking you as well. Now decide what is that more important to you. Is that the career that you want to progress into, or it is the party, drinks, or whatever you will be doing over there? Just decide and then go with that flow. But make sure that you understand the opportunity cost of taking that decision. Alright. The secret we got to talk about is have faith and believe in yourself. most important thing which you should have to maintain from day one of your preparation to the day of your exam is to have faith and believe in yourself. More than any around you, you need to believe in yourself that you can do it. Your parents can motivate you, your teachers can motivate you, your friends can motivate you, but none of them is worth anything unless you believe that you can do it. The most important thing is to have faith and believe that you can do it. If you believe that you can do it, the things like how to do it all fall place automatically. Always remember that your hard work and perseverance will pay off. Your results will surely be worth it. I wish you all the very best. Either way, guys, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and share with all your friends who are studying for the same competitive exams that you are studying, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.